back. So we're going to walk through an example now. We're going to look at our marginal cost, average total cost, average variable cost. We're going to add in our marginal revenue, our price. You already know the characteristics of a perfectly competitive firm. We're going to talk about our profit maximizing condition. We're going to also look at how do we determine profit, our cost, just through these numbers alone. This is something to expect on your final as well as other assignments throughout this semester. So here I have price, quantity on our Y and X, and I've drawn in the marginal cost, average total cost, and average variable cost. So these are some of the main ones you're going to need in your representation whenever you do these problems. So if I say we're in a perfectly competitive firm or a market and the price is equal to 10. Let's just say the price is right here. So this is 10. And if we draw a line going straight across, this is our price, which is equal to our marginal revenue, which is equal to our demand. So this is something that we should have on each curve. So here, I've given you your price, which is 10. And let's just say at this point right here, this point is extremely important because that's saying marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. This is our profit maximizing condition. So whenever we're at this intersection, whatever the quantity is that corresponds with that, that is going to be our quantity. That's how much we should produce to maximize our profit. So we're going to just say it's 10. So now we know a couple of things. We can determine our total revenue just by this alone. Price times quantity. So our total revenue, when the quantity or the price is 10, it's 10 times 10, which is equal to 100. So this box right here, the one I'm highlighting right now, this large box is our total revenue. Basically, that is our total revenue generated from producing or at our profit maximizing point. Now, get another color. Another reason why this profit maximizing point is so important is because we can determine our total cost as well, just by this alone. So wherever this point intersects, so our profit maximizing condition, wherever that point, so if we produce 10 units to maximize our profit, that's corresponding with this point right here. This is telling us our average total cost for producing 10 units. So our profit maximizing quantity that we should produce is 10. Our cost, our average total cost, is going to be at this point. So if we were just to go straight across, let's just assume it is 7. Again, I'm just giving you these numbers. You will always be given numbers, so you don't need to come up with anything off the top of your head. So now we can determine our total cost. Now, we can determine total cost from our average total cost because it's just going to be 7 times 70. So it's the area of this red square. This is our total cost. So another way you can determine that is if we look at average total cost, the formula is total cost divided by quantity. Now, we know our average total cost. We know our quantity. So we're just going to plug in those numbers just to double check to see if we've got it correct. So we're going to plug in our numbers. It's going to be 7 equals 10, and we want to solve for total cost. If we multiply these, so total cost equals 70. And again, just to double check, it's this red square. So total cost is 7 times 10, which is 70. Now, if we want to determine our profit, you can do total revenue minus total cost. So if you subtract these two numbers, and you will get 30. So total revenue minus total cost equals your profit. So 100 minus 70 equals 30. Or another trick is, if you want to bypass doing total revenue and total cost, if you just find the area of this top rectangle, this will be your profit. So again, we can do the math. Difference between 7 and 10 is 3. And then the length here is 10, so 3 times 10 is 30 as well. So this is an example of how to calculate your revenue, your total cost, and your profits just through this. Now, the reason why we have a positive profit is because our price is set above our average total cost. So as we decrease our price more and more and more, we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to do another example where the price is lower. Previously, we just did one where the price was set to 10 and we had a positive profit. Now we're going to see what happens when we decrease the price. Now the price is going to be 7. So what we're going to do is draw in our demand, which equals our marginal revenue, which equals our price. This is a new point. Now it intersects at a new position. It intersects, let's just say right here. Now we're going to do the same steps. We can calculate total revenue and total cost, and we're going to calculate profit. So total revenue, again, this is still our profit maximizing condition. Our marginal revenue is intersecting our marginal cost curve at this point right here. So marginal revenue equals marginal cost. This is good. So it's intersecting here. Our total revenue is going to be 49. We're calculating the area of this black square I'm highlighting right now. This is your total revenue. Now we're going to calculate our total cost. This is where some students get a little lost. Now there's 3 curves intersecting at the same point. Your marginal cost curve, your marginal revenue, and your average total cost. So they're all intersecting at this point right here. So that's also the point where you begin your total cost measure. So our total cost, it intersects here as well. So our total cost is 7 times 7 as well. So the area of this red square I'm highlighting. So 7 times 7, as we know, is 49. Now if we do our profit calculations, it's 49 minus 49, which equals 0. Profit equals 0 at this point. We call this point the break-even point. So this point right here is your BE, or break even. We call this the break-even point because you break even. You don't make a profit, but you don't also lose money. Now this only happens, you only have a break-even point when your marginal cost equals your average total cost, which equals your marginal revenue. So when those 3 curves, so marginal cost, average total cost, and your marginal revenue intersect at the same point, that is your break-even point. So if I were to ask you at what price do we break even, it's at the lowest point of your average total cost curve where it meets marginal cost. So in this case, it would be, if we set the price at $7, we would make 0 profit. Now, if we were to think about it, if we reduce the price below 7, so if you're above 7, you're making a profit. If you're at 7, you're breaking even, so 0 profit. If we were to go below 7, so let's just say our new price was, let's just say, here. As our price decreases, let's just say to 5. Now, our profit maximizing point is right here. Again, this is where marginal revenue equals your marginal cost. Now we're going to do some calculations. Now, if we wanted to know what the quantity was for this, let's just say it's also 5. So this is 5. So this area of this black box right here, this is your new total revenue. So our total revenue now with the lower price is 25, 5 times 5. Now if we want to calculate our average total cost, now this is where students get lost as well. This is your profit maximizing condition. Your average total cost curve is above So what we're going to do is just go straight above. And at this point right here, this is what's going to show us our average total cost. Let's just say this is 8. So now this is our average total cost. If we want to calculate our total cost, it's the area of this purple rectangle right here. Just follow what I'm tracing. So if we wanted to calculate the area of that, it's 8 times 5, which is 40. So at this point right here, our total cost is greater than our total revenue. Now, is that good or bad? This is bad. Your costs are higher than your revenue. You are losing profit. You're not making any money. So when the price is above 7, this is good. You're making a profit. When the price is at 7, you are breaking even. You're not making profit, but you're also not losing money. If the price is below 7, if it's below your average total cost curve, you are incurring a loss. This is why you make the decision to either shut down or exit. Because again, why would you want to stay in this industry if you're losing money? The goal is to always make a profit, and that's one of our key assumptions in economics, is to maximize profit, minimize cost. So again, this is a brief rundown on how to do a couple of graphical analysis for perfectly competitive firms. I'm going to be posting a couple more videos with some practice problems on what to expect and how this all works. So if you guys have questions, email me, join the Zoom session. Again, this stuff is very confusing at first, but we will work through this, and I promise we will get through it. So thank you. Drop a comment if you have any questions or if you notice anything that needs clarification, or shoot me an email. Thank you guys. I hope you have a good day.